Hey guys, it's been a long time, and I shouldn't have left you without a dope beat to step to. And that's on me, that's my bad. However, I've been going through it, okay? I have been lifing in the most lifiest way possible. And I did an update for you guys yesterday, but you won't remember it because I made it private almost immediately. Why did I make the video private, you might ask? Because I was angry, a little fucked up, and it was definitely just me, like, sharing a bunch of half-finished songs with you guys, and, like, poems and other dumb bullshit, and we can still do that. However, you all deserve a real life update from me, so let's go ahead and we will do that. So today I went to record store day. Well, okay, let me rewind. We should get to the nitty gritty. Okay, so this isn't a sexual thing. It's gonna seem like a sexual thing because I'm really talking right now. I'm just gonna take my sweater off, guys. Okay. Get all of the chunk in there. We want to make sure we get everything right. Okay, no, I'm kidding. Anyways, went to record store day. Before we get into that, we're gonna just rewind. We're gonna rewind time back to August of 2024. Okay, August 2024. 28-year-old Sabrina, just fresh, and I'm at a camping ground, and I'm seeing somebody who I think is the love of my life, and we see each other for a few months. I drive out back and forth to see them. Things are going well, they're going great. We're kissing under shooting stars. He's taking me to piers to look out over at the moon. I have to put my cat in the room. That wasn't a rhyme, but you know. Come on, baby. Good boy. This is my son. His name is Thor. I'm doing laundry right now, so ignore the mess behind me. But this is my baby boy. Say hi, baby boy. I love you, mama. He's also just a little terrorist, but he loves me. Hi, baby. Anyways, things are going great. We're kissing under shooting stars. He's taking me to piers and on boardwalks, and telling me how beautiful and wonderful and lovely I am. Everything seems great until I get a text that says, "Hey, can you come out here? I'm just going through a hard time." And my grandma was like I was living at my grandma's house at the time, and I left her place for another 2 days to go to see him, to comfort him and be with him. I'm told I do have to leave on Wednesday though, because he's got an appointment at 7 o'clock that he just like can't get out of. So I do my thing, I like go to the beach, I have a good day, and then I drive home. Halfway through my drive home, I get a text that's like, "Hey, I don't know if we can like do this anymore the way that it's like going." Going where? We're not in a relationship because you said you weren't ready, because I was waiting. I'm like kind and sweet and like taking care of your emotional needs, but that's fine. So that ends, breaks my lovely little heart, and I told this man that this was the last person that I would give a chance to, because if this did not work out, I was done, and I would not be doing Facebook dating again. And I recently had a friend, I don't want to put their name in this video, but they made a poem and it was very beautiful, and it was like, "I tried online dating, it didn't work out. I tried it again, it didn't work out. I tried it again, still not working out. Probably gonna try it again." And I was like, same, and that's why I just can't do it anymore. I'm tired of dating, I'm tired of being run through, I'm tired of being the placeholder girlfriend, so I'm just like not interested in doing that anymore. But this hurt really bad, so I just went right back to Facebook dating and got all these people that there's hair on my tongue. Got all these people that like it just wasn't serious, but like whatever. One dude I talked to for like 2 weeks and then was like, I don't know, you give me weird vibes and I don't know if this is gonna work out, so I'm just gonna have to like dip, fam. Also though, at the same time, because I talk about relationships a lot and it's usually what I mostly talk to people about, and the crazy thing is that like there's so much more going on in my life all of the time that I think it's just easier for me to focus on one thing and like not have to deal with like everything else. Like if I can get one thing right, everything else is whatever. And it's crazy as I'm so smart and I'll be like, if I can just get one thing right, that's one thing I have right, is I am so smart person. I can figure shit out. I just choose not to. So while this is going on, I start to notice that the woman that I love is not capable of understanding what's really going on around us anymore. And we were having a lot of issues, and I am not the most patient person in the world. And this is very personal. I don't really want to share it because it's her business. She was going through health issues I couldn't like help or do anything about. I reached out to a family member and I said, hey, can you help me? If you watched my past videos, you'll probably know who I'm talking about, as well as the whole situation that occurred. I'm not going to get into the situation that occurred, just my life events, so that we can skip past all of that. Anyways, I went to this person and I said, hey, I think there might be something wrong, like whatever. They said, that's just who she is. And I said, no, it's not. Not with me. I've known her my whole life and it's just not. Something's wrong. And I was told that they were just waiting for me to move out in order to get her the assistance that she needed. So I move out. We get into a huge argument. It sucks. I end up having to leave. I move in with my mom. 1 second, I got 2 cats. Come on, Nico. It fell again. I love that. As you can see, my bed's not made because I'm washing bed sheets so that I can make a nice clean bed, and then this is the hoodie we just took off. Anyways, I just want you guys to think I'm a pig. I'm obviously not a pig. I'm beautiful. Anyways, not that pigs aren't really cute, but also it depends on which one you're talking about. Anyways, so I move out. I move into my mom's. Unfortunately, that dynamic just was not going to work out ever. I was also sleeping on the couch with my 2 cats, and it was 3 women sharing a shower and 1 bathroom, and I have to work. My sister has to go to school, my mom has to work. It was just not a good situation. So I have to leave there, and I have no place to go. So I take the cats. I'm like, I'm just gonna go move into my Jeep. My dog got hit by a car. Because we're not gonna get into the why. We're just gonna get into the my dog got hit by a car. This cost me some of the money that I got from my house because my ex-husband and I finally sold our marital home, and we received $15,000 each for that. My $15,000 was gone immediately. I spent $11,000 of it on my car and the rest on my dog. So, no money for me. My car's paid off though, and making good financial decisions. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, well now I don't have a place to live. The money that I was going to use to get me a place to live is now going to have to be used to purchase something for my dog, and to like save her life. And it was like $10,000. So he also had to put money in So both of us, neither of us had down payments now to move into a place. So we had to move into a temporary situation together. That was tumultuous as fuck. There was no way, absolutely no way, guys, that this was ever going to work out. And I know I stare at myself because it just makes it easier to do this. If I just stared at this camera this whole time, this would be so crazy and boring to me. I have to focus on myself, guys. I think I might be autosexual, by the way. We're gonna get there. We're getting there. We're getting to things. Okay. So I am like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna be fucking homeless. I can't stay here. It's not a great situation. I have the cats. They're not supposed to be in the temporary situation we were in because we also had the dogs as well. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna take my cats and figure something out. Well, I couldn't figure anything out. So I was like, okay, my friend can take the cats for me, and I will just sleep in the Jeep. That's fine. So that was the plan. Plan was, I had a friend, she was willing to take the cats for a few months. I was just gonna sleep in my Jeep. Everything was fine. Another friend reached out to me and said, hey, I think I know of a room that you can stay at. So that is where I'm currently staying. I won't share who, because this person likes their privacy and I respect that. And I don't like to share people's privacy. I don't mind sharing my own privacy, but I don't share other people's privacy. So that's where I am now. I'm still working at the same place I was working at before. I'm still a manager. I love and enjoy it. Sometimes it stresses me out to the point where I can't breathe. And then I remember it's just a job, and it's really other factors that tend to stress you out when you have a job, and it really just, you let it get to your head. And you have to learn to not let it get to your head. You have to kind of learn to just be like, that happened. And then like, you clock out and you clock out, okay? When you clock out of work, guys, okay, I'm gonna try to stare at the camera. I'm gonna try to do it. I promise. When you clock out at work, guys, it just feels so unnatural. When you clock out at work, guys, you clock out mentally too. Okay, don't take that whole shit home with you. I usually like to do like an hour-long thing after work where I call someone. It's usually a partner, which is why I think I'm still single. And I'll be like, oh my god, you'll never believe the day I have, and for an hour I just vent. And then after that hour is over, I do things that you have seen me do on this channel before, but that I won't continue to do because I like having a job. When I'm done with those things, I come home and I put my cozy slippers on. I had you guys balancing on a pair of glasses, like 3D glasses, and yeah, okay. I put my cozy slippers on. I'm gonna show you guys them. They're so cute, aren't they? I put these cozy slippers on, and I get in my cozy robe. That's this. Oh, she's fine. Look at that. I get in my cozy robe. I'm gonna have to take this off because it's hot as fuck in here. Anyway, I get my cozy robe, and I put my slippies on, and I chill, and I put the Sims on. I throw on some Ted Lasso in the background. I do that same thing every day. And then on days that I don't do that, I'm at the park walking, I'm at the gym, I'm in a different city, I'm in a different state. I be driving 10 hours to meet dudes. Doesn't matter. Anyways, so I find a place to live with my beautiful cats. I'm still kind of struggling with the person that I love and don't know how to help. So my idea of helping is to just shut down. My idea of handling it is to just shut down. If these people say that they can take care of her, let them try it. I'm gonna do my thing. I also got COVID though, and then was unable to just do anything or live or breathe or whatever. And she called me. She's like, I hope you feel better, and it hurt my heart. And then I went, and then I met somebody, and I was like, like, alright, I've been grieving over this relationship from summer forever. It's time that I like go out and like try something new. And this guy's really nice. He's bringing me flowers. He's hitting me up. He's like, give me a shot, blah, blah, blah. He takes me to the mall on our first date. I'm like, cool. He seems nice. Things are going great. And I spend New Year's with him. And Christmas, kind of. And then we continue to see each other for a little bit into January. However, I get COVID again. And so I can't see my grandma for Christmas, and I can't see her for, well, now you know who I'm talking about, but we were getting there anyways. I can't see my grandma for Christmas, and I can't see her for New Year's. So I'm like, cool, because I had COVID during Christmas, and then I went out for New Year's. I came home and got COVID again. So I was like, all right, cool. And now mind you, I never had COVID before in my entire life, but I legitimately got it twice. And then I got sick immediately after that with the flu. It was a nightmare. But anyways, you know, she called me, she wanted to set something up, and I was like, okay. Like, I was kind of still upset, and I was like, I don't know if I should do this, because like I just don't know like what's gonna happen. And I don't ever want to be a person that is unkind or does something, especially to someone who I know doesn't deserve it, and who I just am unable to meet. And that's really unfortunate. And this is somebody that I've loved my entire life, who taught me everything, and I just don't ever want to sully what we had, I guess. So I, out of anger and I guess being sick, I just didn't respond, and I was like, when I feel better, I'll take care of it. I'll go over there when I feel better, like I'll whatever. And on January 19th, well, just a little before January 19th, I had a call from my dad that my grandma is really sick, she's in the hospital. Now, a week before that, I had gotten a call from him that she had called my aunt or something like that. Jesus. She had called my aunt or something like that, and there was like a confusion. And a little bit before that, she had called all the neighbors because she thought it was 1 in the morning, and it was actually, or she thought it was 1 in the afternoon, and it was actually 1 in the morning, and she wanted to know why it was so dark outside. So we were going through a lot of that. And then I guess there was a situation where she had called my aunt and said some stuff, and it had been cause for a little bit of concern. And then she went to the hospital, and I guess I didn't know about it because she didn't want me to know. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I was told. And then I got a call that she was in the hospital currently. When I got to the hospital, my grandma no longer knew who I was. She wasn't able to hold whole conversations. She would light up when I would come around, so I do think there was a part of her like inside maybe that knew who I was, or maybe I just like telling myself that. But she couldn't remember who I was. She just kept thinking that I was somebody else in our family. She just kept calling me that over and over and over again. And I'm not offended by the person that she thought I was, because the person that she thought I was is somebody who's also kind and loves her, and she loves, and who spends time with her and comes and talks to her. And so it was nice that I was at least like seen that way, because I know people who struggle with that stuff, a lot of time it's based on a feeling instead of a memory, and that is you know, that means that she at least associated with me with something good. And then we played words cookies on her phone a little bit, and I stayed with her for 3 days. I came and visited, and I stayed with my dad the whole time. And then afterwards I would go home. Then she got transferred home, where we knew she was gonna have to pass. And it just kept kind of getting worse and worse, to the point where she like wasn't really able to even talk or drink, and she was so thirsty, and it was just really hard to watch. So they had to make the decision to let her not like breathe anymore, and I didn't want to be a part of it, because I never know what's true and what's not true, unfortunately, with growing up. I try to be strong and like act like I'm this bad bitch, but part of the problem with my past is that I don't ever really know what's true and what's not true unless it's something that I personally experienced and saw myself. That's why I hold on to everything I know so deeply, and all of my memories and the things that, you know, happen in my life, I hold on to it so deeply, so I know the truth. I always know the truth. But when people are having conversations and I'm not in the present, or things are going on and I don't know what's going on, I can't speak on whether or not it's true. But according to them, that was what was occurring, so they made the decision to take her off of breathing. And that night, I got wasted at a friend's house and didn't want to like get up in the morning, and I didn't know, obviously no one can predict that someone's gonna die. I wasn't handling it well, and I'm allowed to not handle things well. I'm allowed to handle it the way that I handle it. If my way of handling things is sucking down 80 fucking people's 80, that's not what I was trying to say. I was gonna say the D word, but we're gonna not say that. No, I'm gonna say it. Sucking down 80 dicks and drinking 10 bottles of wine, then that's how I handle things. I'm not a person who can go to people and be like, oh, you know, this is happening to me, it's so hard, and just cry, because I always just feel like a burden to people, and I always feel like there's always something wrong in my life, and anytime someone asks me what's going on, it's something's wrong, and I try really hard to focus on things that I can be grateful for, or things that are good, which is why I think I try so hard to make good memories, or to do good things, or to travel, or like whatever, because I try to block out a lot of the bad. So I'm not that type of person. I'm more of a person who will just kind of internalize it. In the past, I've cut myself. I've ended up in the hospital for trying to kill myself. I've been very angry. I've let myself blow up and explode to extreme extents that landed me into a psych ward, unfortunately, at the age of 19. So I wasn't really sure, to be honest, like what, you know, if that call was necessary, but I do hope or trust that that wouldn't have been made unless it had to be made. The next morning, I got a text from my dad that said that she was breathing kind of funny and probably wouldn't make it. Unfortunately, you don't really see a text when you're sleeping, so I didn't. And then I guess he called me, but I didn't wake up to that. And also, this man had called me every single morning since she got sick. I took time off of work just so I could be with her, and it just wasn't enough. And so he called me, I didn't answer. He texted me, I didn't answer, and then he said, your grandma died. And I don't know if it was like maybe 20 minutes later, maybe some time had passed, and I got up and I checked my phone and I saw the text that he had sent, and I woke up the person that was with me and I said, hey, my grandma died, and I just started crying, and they held me and they said, hey, it's okay, we're just gonna say it. So after I left my ex's place, while all this is going on and I ended up here, I start seeing that person in January, but that doesn't work out because they break up with me at the same time that I get COVID, and my grandma ends up in the hospital because they can't handle my depression, and I am really depressed. And then they just start like disappearing on me. And then, yeah, they ended things, and then they also stole my Jimi Hendrix shirt, guys. The shirt that I've had my like entire life. I stole it from my brother when I was like 7. He took that and I never got it back. Anyways, so after that happened, I went back to having sex with the neighbor, which I have now been doing for 2 years, because it's easy and he's there, and like sometimes he's nice, sometimes he sucks, and like that's everybody, but he's also kind of my friend, so I'm like, it is what it is, you know? This is the same one whose house I went to and was like, what's up? Why you ignore me? Why you ghost me? We're friends. What happened? So that's occurring. I woke him up. I was like, hey, my grandma died. He was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. This is the person that I wanted to be with when I found out news like this. Unfortunately, that's just the closest person I was with in my life at the time. My family and I are not super close people. I don't speak to my dad as of this moment. Since we're doing a life update at this moment, I do not talk to my dad. I do not ever have plans to speak to my dad again. I think that he is inherently not a good person. I want to only lead with love, and I want to be only a good person. You know? So, I'm like, hey, my grandma died. He comforts me. I go over to see them, and, she's just there. I mean, she's just there. She's just there. For 2 days, she wasn't talking, and I just kind of laid next to her and colored and did other things, and, you know, whatever, because she just wasn't awake. And then she just was gone, period. Like, she just wasn't there. And I hated that I had to leave her like that, or that I wasn't there to be able to be with her, but her house was barricaded. I mean, there were 2 people there who were never going to leave, who made me uncomfortable in what I considered my own home, because it was my grandmother's home, but I lived there almost my entire life. I constantly was in and out of that place, and then I lived there as an adult. I had just moved out of it not a few months prior. It was my home, and all of my childhood stuff was there. So if you follow my channel, my dad had put all of my stuff out on the driveway, and I had to go pick all of that up. So my grandma died, guys, and aside from all of the drama and the bullshit and everything that happened around it, that was also very stressful. I haven't really had the time that I wanted, which is what I asked for in the first place, was time to grieve or handle how I was feeling about the fact that she was gone now. Because it's hard when you feel like you lost somebody a while ago, and you kind of just start feeling like you're taking up their space, like you feel selfish almost for begging for them to be around. Like, I remember I would tell God, like, I don't know that I even believe in God, but I would say things like, I just don't know if I'm ready yet. I just don't know if I can lose her yet. I just don't know if I can handle that yet. Like, I don't feel ready. I don't feel like an adult. Like, I can't do this yet. I can't do it without her. And I would just keep saying that, and then there would be times where I would just feel so selfish for that. I'd be like she would be so miserable at times, and there were things that she just missed, and she was very lonely sometimes, and I don't know. So there was a part of me that was like, I was really glad that her suffering was like over, that she like didn't have to do this anymore. Like, she wasn't gonna have to like she gets to go be with her Bob, and like everything's great. But then there was another part of me that was like, you know, if I had gotten her help, if I had just done something, if I had just fought hard enough, could I have made, could I have prolonged her life a little bit longer? And then if I had, what kind of quality of life would that have been? And would it have been more selfish to keep her longer? But then, is it because if I could have gotten her help, would I have at least gotten to spend time with her? Like, would I have been able to talk to her and be with her again, and like, like have conversations so that I can tell her what's going on? And like, she understood things, don't get me wrong, and she was so proud of me for the promotion that I got and everything I did. She was always telling people how much, like, she was always telling people all of my business, whether it was good or bad, whether she was proud of me or mad at me, because that was that was my person. She was my person, that was her person, and I don't know, I just feel really broken. And I called my mom one day, and I just started crying, and my mom was like, I've just been waiting for this to happen, because in the background, I go to bar bingo on Wednesdays, and that's fun, and I have been, this is where we get down to the nitty gritty, is I have a podcast called On unhinged and unstoppable, and that's where a lot of you are from. You want life updates about this stuff, and so I'm gonna share with you my unhinged dead grandma behavior. I have prank called, texted off of different phone numbers, and today on record store day, even seen the person that I was seeing in the summer. Now mind you, I just ended the 2-year sad fucking that happened with the neighbor, because I was like, my neighbor is also sad and I cannot do this anymore. I cannot be sad. I cannot handle his emotions, and I continue to like broken people. I cannot handle his emotions. I cannot handle my own emotions. I'm usually depressed. I'm not usually this depressed. I cannot handle, this is my computer by the way turning on off. I cannot handle being depressed and then also like trying to like fix or help or heal somebody else, especially when that energy had just been completely stolen from me by the summer fling. So I end things, also because he's not that person. Then I'm so cute. I text somebody that I was in a relationship with for 1 week a year ago, because I so desperately want their attention, because I'm like, they were so nice to me, blah blah blah, and it just didn't work out because we live so far, and they kind of got in their head and started ignoring me, which sucked. And then I got in my head and I was like, what the fuck, even though they weren't really doing anything wrong. Anyways, I just felt like shit, and so sorry, I lost my train of thought because I just got a text message. Sorry, my phone is blowing up right now, and it's like, it's got my attention. I have created fake, so I started talking to this person again. Now I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I just know that I really need a distraction or something, because I have been going insane batshit over this other person, and I created fake accounts. I've considered an OnlyFans because I'm broke. I got into a car accident, guys. I totaled my Jeep. It cost me $6,000. My grandma left me $8,000. The Jeep totaled, cost me $6,000. And then I was like, okay, so now I'm broke of everything else. And I'm driving around without insurance for the first time in my life. Isn't that bad? I'm such a bad girl. Anyways, so I'm like, I'll just do OnlyFans because men fuck me over anyways all the time, and women cheat on me, so what does it matter? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, also, I don't care. I look really good for the first time in my life. I feel really good about my body. I work out all the time. I have a little tiny little ab thing going right here. I got a little lion pouch going right here, but I got a little ab thing going right here. I got muscles here. I feel great. And I'm like, I want to share it. I want to share it with the world. And if I have a daughter one day, I want her to be like, damn, my mom looked good and she was confident and she didn't give a fuck. And all of my photos are classy as hell. So I'm like, and I really like making videos of myself, and I do have some. I just haven't shared them with the general public. They have been shared with people, but they haven't been shared with the general public. And I'm always like, I should do it, because I would love to, like, that's what I would love to just like film that and continue doing that. Like, that's so interesting to me and so cool to me and so intimate to me. But I haven't done it yet because I'm like, I might be the type to regret it, but I don't know if I care at this point. Also, secure the bag, right? So there's that. But that wasn't enough, because I've continued to make fake phone numbers to go see this person. So today is record store day. He works at a record store, and this record store had an album that I really wanted, because lately I have been super into a band called the Linda Lindas, and I'm really into vinyls that are special editions. And they had, this is a really cool record store, by the way, guys. I love this record store. You should check it out. It's called Third Coast Vinyl. I will not tell you my situationship's name because I don't want you to harass him. I do that enough myself, and so do my friends. It's called Third Coast Vinyl. Check them out. It's one of the cleanest, coolest, most organized, bestest stores I've ever been in my entire life. I think it's definitely worth the drive for me. The record stores that are near me aren't shit. We have Dearborn Music, which is like not, it's just not it. It's just not it, guys. And it's just not got enough. There's not enough. There's nothing. There's nothing. And then we have other ones that are just like, you pick up a record and you're like, bro, should I wash my hands? Should I wash my hands right now? And I'm not into that either. I did find another record store that I kind of like because they sell old CDs, but the records also, again, were just older records that I would have found in my grandpa's basement or something. So I like that there's always like different variations and stuff. It's a really cool record store. So there was a part of me that was like, I subconsciously, I know he could be there. If he is there, I want to see him, but I also don't want to see him. But I'm like, I know he works at another job sometimes on the weekends, so I'm like, maybe he'll be working there. It is a big day though, he could be there, I don't know. And then, I went to get the album as well as enjoy their record store day. Unfortunately, I didn't realize how big their record store day was because they had people camping outside, and by the time that I got there, because it was like the afternoon, almost all of the stuff that I wanted was gone, and I did not get Rainbow Kitten Surprise, but I'm gonna share with you guys what I did get. Is really fucking cool. Anyways, when I get there, he's not there, so I'm like, sick. I spend as much time in the store as possible because I know the next couple times I come, I'm probably not going to go in because of the concern of whether or not he might be there and how much it like debated on my brain today or whether or not I would even go because I wasn't sure if he was going to be there or not. So I was like, on the one hand, I really, really want to see him. On the other hand, I don't want to make him uncomfortable at work. But on the other hand, I want to go there. He introduced me to it. It's a really cool place. And on the other hand, I do kind of want to see him because he kind of just like hugged me and said goodbye, I'll see you again later, and then I got a text halfway home that he was ending things, so I never even got like closure or like a hug or like anything real from that. It was just like, okay, bye, and then you could just block me and cork me, and that sucks. So I'm like, I kind of feel like you should have to see me. Plus I look good today. Look at my belt and my necklace, and like I'm killing it today, okay? I know that. I'm gonna post photos of myself later because I'm so confident. Look at me, autosexual and all that. That's why I think I like making the videos, because I think I might be kind of attracted to myself. That's okay. The only thing I don't like is my teeth, but I'm working on it. And also, somebody made a comment recently to me about them, about how they were a real problem. And I didn't want to be like, let it affect me. Like, I didn't want to let it affect me. I want to be one of those people that's like, oh, I'm not gonna, it doesn't bother me. But like, it just took me back to like when I was a kid and I felt so self-conscious of them, and now I keep feeling them with my tongue, and this one especially, right there, I hate so much because why does it look taller than the rest of my teeth? It's because it's shoved to the back. Why? I don't know. I had years of braces. I didn't wear my retainers all the time, but yeah, so whatever. I'm feeling super insecure about it now. However, everything else I love. I'm like, girl, you worked hard for this body and you beat this body, and I know right now she look a little thick, but she fit. And that's the important thing, is before I was too thin and not very healthy and not very fit. I was working on getting fit. Now I'm fit, healthy, and a snack. Anyways, now that I've gassed myself up, so I went there and he wasn't there, so I'm like, I'm gonna spend hours in the store. So I bought a lot of money's worth of vinyls. Now again, I'm a broke bitch. I cannot afford this, but I still did it because I know that there's probably not a chance I'm gonna be back there anytime soon. And it was a special day and I was up there and he wasn't there, so I was like, let me just take my time, find some records I really like, and then I'll leave. So I find some of the records I really want, and I will share with you what they are, because this was so hard, because like I wanted Nicki Minaj and they had her, they had Pink Friday, and I wanted Kanye West, but they didn't have Kanye West, and I wanted Sorry Mom, they didn't have Sorry Mom. So there were some things that I wanted that weren't available. Oh, and Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Rainbow Kitten Surprise was what I went for. I wanted it really bad. I saw them post it all over the place, and I did not get it because it was already gone by the time I got there, which is my fault because I got there so fucking late. because I live so far away. So this is what I got. Okay. We have dun, 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 dun. Look it. I don't know if you see the rest of mine behind me, but they're in this crate. Okay. Probably one of them's fucked up though a little bit because I didn't realize I set my blankets on top of it, and I didn't realize that the side of it. I think it just bent the casing. I don't think it bent the actual vinyl, which is good. So this is an album I love. I know you can already see it, but I'm gonna pull it up. It's an album I love. It's called Jewel Pieces of You. And the best song on this album is Who Will Save Your Soul. This song gets me going every time. And when my grandma died, and dude, I just played it over and over again. And I'm like, who will save your soul? Oh yeah. And so now I get to hug the album. Anyways, okay. This next one, baby, you know it. Let me just start hiding them. Okay, there we go. You know I had to do it. You know I had to do it. She's a special edition. 2-part, baby. Oh my god, this was the best album. This album, fire all the way through. Every single song I hear: Crybaby, Dollhouse, Sippy Cup, Carousel, Alphabet Boy, Soap, Training Wheels, Pity Party, Tag You're It, Milk and Cookies, Pacify Her, Miss Potato Head, Mad Hatter, Playdate, Teddy Bear Cake. I'm feeling Pacify Her right now, bro. I'm feeling Pacify Her right now, bro. This is I know almost every song on here. I know that there was some stuff that happened. I understand. I don't necessarily know what I believe or don't believe. So I'm just gonna choose to love this album. I don't know anything else at first because I didn't listen after. But this album is a vibe. And I cried to it because I'm also a crybaby, baby. I'm soft on the inside. Need that love. Need that easy morning. Was a Sunday morning. You've got something cooking up. Alright. Baby, this is my band. And here's the thing. I have thought about buying this band's albums several times before. 40 Ounces to Freedom's obviously the best one. And here's the thing. Actually, I don't know if that's obviously the best one. What's the one with Louie Dog on the cover? That's also a really good one. That's self-titled. Yeah, self-titled's also really good. Anyways, not the point. Point is that I always see these and I'm like, because there's so many special editions for this. And also, Sublime has so many good albums that I enjoy. I'm like, it would cost me like at least $90 if I wanted to get 3. And I'm like, and I don't want to get more than 1 because they all have different variations of my favorite songs. So anyways, I found this today. It's Sublime's greatest hits, and look it. So cute. This is the Celebrating 30 Years of Sublime Greatest Hits Black Vinyl Edition for the first time ever. What I got, a banger. Wrong Way, a banger. Also, I sang this at a karaoke place and people were not vibing with it, and they were not it, okay? Ew. What? I'm singing Wrong Way. I'm a girl. Let me do it, okay? You sing with me, okay? Hype me up. Thank you. 40 Ounces of Freedom, Smoke 2 Joints. I was just gonna say, Bad Fish better be on here, bro. Date Rape, I'm sorry. That's a great song. I know, I understand. It's a fantastic fucking song, though. It's literally about a guy who rapes somebody and then goes to jail and gets raped. And nobody cares because he earned it. Saw Red, Bad Fish, Doing Time, and Pool Shark. What's crazy is that people don't know how many times Doing Time has been done. It's been done by Smash Mouth, Sublime, and what's her name? Lana Del Rey, is that her name? Or is that Summertime? Something like that. Hold on one second. You know, I gotta blow my nose off camera so y'all ain't see it. Oh, y'all saw it. Right. What's in my pocket that's like making a hole? Look at this, guys. Making a hole. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? She putting in the work. She putting in the work. You see what I mean? She putting in work. She putting in work. Shit. Alright. Alright, I just had to shut off for a second. Okay. Oh, shit. Well, spoilers. Okay. Strange things have happened here, no stranger would they be. Oh great, I hit the computer again, so now it's gonna come on. Anyways. Okay. So we've done this one, we've done this one. Don't look. Okay, because the choices were Wicked. I know Wicked. I have Wicked. I play Wicked on my phone. Wicked doesn't feel as special as this. And if I got a Wicked CD or vinyl and it wasn't green, I think I would be like really pissed. So I went with Scott Pilgrim, and I didn't even realize that this is like pressed red vinyl. Look at me. I like the colored ones. I don't know. I think they're just really fucking cool. There's another colored one in here that's really fucking cool right there. I'm also worried because, oh yeah, this is the right one. Alright, so what is the next one we have? Jewel, we did this one. Okay. I saw this. I damn near shit myself. I had a want pile because I had maybes, wants, and maybe nots then. It was like, I have too many and I need to put some back. This was the first one to go in the absolutely, I have to have this album. There's no one in the world who would have this album and not be me. I'm sorry. This album belongs to me. It belonged to me. It is my album because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. I have been her 3 years in a row. I made my ex-husband be her boyfriend, which is a fucking kangaroo dog. And so, without further ado, he's my bad bitch. Tank Girl. You don't know who Tank Girl is? Get educated. Margot Robbie's bringing her back. Even though, I'm sorry, she did a fantastic job, and I can't think of her name right now. I know it. She, played the girl also in Orange is the New Black. Lori Petty. Lori Petty did a fantastic job. I really don't think they have to redo it. I think it's awesome that they're going to because a new generation will get to enjoy it, obviously. I hope they do, but I hope they don't do the original Tank Girl. I hope they do 21st century Tank Girl because then it's like a little bit fresher because Tank Girl was refreshed by the creators as 21st century Tank Girl. I think it'd be cooler if Margot Robbie did that and then we had this one for the 90s, like the old comic. Anyways, it said some of the coolest songs on it, so I'm just gonna read you off some of the songs. So we got Ripper Soul by Stomp, Army of Me by, and I can't pronounce this, so we're not gonna even try. Girl You Want by Devo. That was a band from the 90s, I think. Mockingbird Girl by the Magnificent Bastards. Shove by L7. L7 is a really cool girl band. If you've never heard of them, they're the sickest. Drown Soda by Hole. Hole is also a really good band. I looked. They didn't have it. I really wanted the Hole Live Through This album, but the pink vinyl edition, they didn't have it. But I did find it online. They don't have it at any stores like near me. But I can get it online. It's $50, but I really want it, so I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy it. Whatever. So we have that. We have Bomb by Bush, Roads by Portishead, Let's Do It by Joan Jett and Paul Westerberg. If you don't know that song, let me help you. Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love. And she does it. She does the dance. in the movie, she does like a whole like thing for it. It's really good. Anyways, yeah. Then we have Aurora by Veruca Salt, and if you don't know who Veruca Salt is, also amazing. I forgot to look for Veruca Salt when I was there, but that was one of the ones that was on my list. I do still want them. And then we have Big Gun by Ice-T, obviously. And then here's something I didn't know, by the way. It's so cool. So Courtney Love, which is, she's the lead singer of Hole, but she's also Kurt Cobain's ex-wife. Yeah, and they have a daughter together. I didn't know that she coordinated this album. Like, she produced and coordinated this entire soundtrack. I didn't know that, and that's so cool, because I just keep learning more and more things about Courtney Love, and I'm like, Courtney Love might be a bad bitch. I think she might be the baddest bitch. I remember I didn't like her very much when I was in high school because she was on Twitter and she was kind of crazy. And I was like, I thought Courtney Love was cool. What happened with her and Dave Grohl? And she was fighting with my man Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl is my man. I'm in love with him. So I was like, I don't know about this Courtney Love chick. But I love Hole. I love Hole. And so, I don't know. But I love Tank Girl too, and so that just solidifies it for me that Courtney Love is actually a bad bitch. This is the one I pre-ordered and had to go pick. She's so pretty. It's the Linda's No Obligation, and this one has a lot of really good ones. So this one's No Obligation, All in My Head, Lose Yourself. All in My Head's my favorite. Lose Yourself, Too Many Things. That one's really good too. And then also she sings some of these in French, and these are just teen girls. Like, these are just teenage girls, and they're so fucking punk rock. Once Upon a Time, Yomi Estresso, Cartographers, Don't Think, Resolution, Revolution, Nothing Would Change. That's a good one too. Excuse Me and Stop. They're all good, but obviously I have my favorites. But the whole album, fucking fire. And then there's a little blast from the past, because you know sometimes we gotta give love to the oldies, dog. This is the Donuts. Go on and take it off. They write some of the best female empowering music, and also they just make me want to have sex. Go on and take it off. You gotta shake it off, baby, for me. And it's also the party album, so it's hot pink, and it has an inner sleeve with lyrics to the song. Most of these are some sort of special edition, like I said, because I like to try to keep those if possible. Like the Linda's album is a limited edition colored vinyl. The Tank Girl one is the 30th anniversary neon coral vinyl. Scott Pilgrim is on red. Sublime is on black. It's also the 30 years greatest hits, although I don't like how it was shrink wrapped because I feel like it kind of dented it a little bit, but whatever. Crybaby is the multi-platinum debut album, the 2 LP deluxe edition, Look at Me Go. It has 3 bonus tracks. The Jewel one, it was just on sale. And it had the 3 extra songs, or the 5 bonus tracks. And then, oh shit, you can't see that one yet. Hold on, I'm getting it. Okay. So this is the best Tyler album. I'm sorry, it's one of them anyways. My favorite song is on here. I can't remember if Somali is on here. I was trying to look it up while I was at the store, but I wasn't sure. Because that's like my favorite. They say, yeah, I came down from the last album, suck my dick, cause that's some, anyways. But this one has Domo 23, stick to my motherfucking tummy, bitch must think I'm a motherfucking dummy. And, that's one of my next favorite songs. So I got Wolf because it has like a ton of the songs that I like on it. And also this was, 2 LPs on pink vinyl, gatefold jacket, printed sleeves, 12x12 insert oversized sticker. It just came with a lot of cool stuff, and like you could feel this boy, and she feels thick. Like she feels really cool. So I just was really like, I was like, I have to have this. My best friend has a Wolf album, and we like really bonded over Tyler, the Creator, together when we were growing up, and we used to watch Loiter Squad, Loiter Squad and smoke weed and like just chill in her living room or her bedroom, and then like we would just listen to Tyler the Creator. That was just like our thing. So she got me into him, and then I just loved him. I just thought he was so cool, and such a good artist. So is he kind of strange, a little odd, maybe, I don't know, but the best people are. And then we have spoiler. Because I had to, it's got Blue World on it. Even though it's not my favorite song anymore, I do still like Blue World. And I like Spins. And then I'm trying to think of what my favorite song is called. It's Love Lost. And I think that one's really good, but it's like our love was lost. Where'd you go? What'd you do? How the hell you make me fall in love with you? Then you leave and now you're gone. All I got is this damn song. And I love that song so much. And but Circles was one of my first favorites, and I love Blue World, and it still holds such a special place in my heart as like one of my favorite songs. So yeah, I got this. Which is crazy because I don't own Lit. My very favorite song in the entire world is probably My Own Worst Enemy by Lit, and I don't own that album because I don't listen to a lot of Lit. Obviously, they have that, and then I like this song that they have that's like, you make me come, you make me completely miserable. It's really good. But I don't know a whole lot more by them. I should just start listening to more of them because I do like Lit, but I kind of feel like Lit was during my like other phases in life when I like listened to and I remember the day. They're Even Dead Man. That's who I was trying to think of. And like Nickelback. Like it's all kind of like in that type of genre, but it's more like punk, like Jimmy Eat World or something, right? And I still listen to that stuff. I just feel like as like something that I would listen to new, I don't know if that still falls in the same category. So I should definitely probably start listening a bit more so that I can justify buying a whole album for one song. Which is why I don't own the other album, right? I think, because I think the other one only had the one song. Anyways, that's the point. Point is, I bought this one, and I've been waiting for a while, so I got it. Here we go. Okay, so this is the one that got me in trouble. So I had all these albums. I bought all of these ones, and then I left. After I left, I went in with a list that I forgot about once I got there because most of the stuff that I was looking for was gone, so I was just like, nah, fuck it, we'll just look and see what's available and I'll just get what I want. That's here. Okay, so I went and looked at my list and I was like, oh shit, there was a few things I do think that they would have still maybe had. And that was the Veronicas, Veruca Salt, and one, Sorry Mom, and one more band that I really love. And this is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard. Next to Foiled by Blue October. I still don't have that vinyl. I need it because it is one of the best albums ever written. And the Marshall Mathers LP, but I don't have that because they didn't have a special edition version of it. And I know that sounds silly. I would have just bought the regular one, but I feel like that is one of my favorite albums of the entire world, and I feel like I want that special edition. Also, if I just want to fill up my vinyls with special editions, that's my business, okay? So, anyways, I was at the tea place, and I was showing my friend, like, we got tea there, and we were drinking, and I was going, like, through their store, like, category search or whatever to see if there was anything that was there on my list that I might have missed in store, or, like, maybe I just didn't see it, and I surpassed it, so I was like, well, maybe if it's, if I see it on here, I can order it and go pick it up, or I can just run in the store real quick and be like, hey, do you have this, or look for it again. And so I was like, well, let's go back to the store and we'll look for it again. And my friend was like, you want to go back to the store and look for it again? And I was like, that's fine, he's not there, and I don't plan on coming back the next time I'm here because I don't know whether or not he's going to be working, because I'm going to be here during the week, and he has certain weekdays off. And so it's like I'd rather just do this now. And so I went to go back to get it because I don't have to mind you, I already spent a ton of money and more than I meant to. So I'm like, oh my god, that is the most morose shit I've ever smelled in my entire life. Why is that so stinky? Like, what the fuck did you eat? You saw how he like stopped what he was doing? No, because my chair's blocking it. He stopped what he was doing to listen to me yell at him about his disgusting shit that he just like. Anyways, okay, so I saw this. They had this album. Now they had the Veronica's album too, but they didn't have the one I want. The one I wanted, but it did have one song that I really like on it, and it's called Untouched. And I love that song so much, and I thought about it because it was also a Record Store Day exclusive from 2024, and I was like, because I didn't get any Record Store Day vinyls today because I was so late, so I was like, I really want this, but I also want the album that I really want, and I already spent so much money, so I was like, I'm only gonna get the album I really want, and also I won't annoy them with multiple albums to ask them where they are. If I can't find the one album, I will ask them the one album, and I won't be an annoying bitch. So we went back, we walked back to go do that, and as we approached the doors, I see through the window, it's him. He's there, he's working. Should've known better. I immediately avert and walk out. I tell my friend, will you go buy that for me? So this is the album that she had to go in and purchase, and she walks in there and he's talking about the state of his city and how he's gonna run for president, and she's like, he's a pretentious tool. And she goes, he's such a tool. And I was like, you knew who he was? And she's like, yes, because you like pretentious pricks. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I do. And then she tells me that this guy is exactly the same as some guy that I liked when I first left my marriage. I had liked this person, and obviously it didn't work out. I've read you guys a lot of songs I've written about them. Anyways, my friend says they're the same, and I go, oh no, oh no. I have a type. My type is pretentious. I thought my type might be skater boy, or maybe, and I was like, oh well, maybe not. Maybe it's tall boy, and then I was like, oh, maybe not. And then I was like, well, maybe it's just nice boy, and I was like, oh, maybe not. And then I was like, I can't, there's no way I have a type, because my types vary too from gender, so like, I don't think that I have a type. I can't picture a type. I'm like, I just like their personalities, and I'm like, oh, but a personality can be a type. And apparently the personality type that I like is obnoxious. They like are always talking, like they always have to be the center of attention or always talking, but I'm like, that's me, that's what I do. I'm always talking, I'm a yapper, and I want to be like the thing that makes the world go round, and they like make the world go round, and everyone likes to like talk to them and like listen to them and hear them, and I'm obsessed with that. And so I do have a type. Anyways, this is the album that got me in trouble. It's always okay. So always has Adult Diversion, Archie Marry Me, Ones Who Love You, Next of Kin, Party Police, The Agency Group, Dives, A Top of Cake, and Red Planet. They're all amazing. But the song that made me fall in love with this album, the song that captures me on this album, hey, hey, marry me, Archie. And the reason for this, right, it's because my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies in the world, is Hallmark's A Secret Garden. And in the movie, she's like, Archie, I'm in the garden with Colin. And when she's in the song and she's like, marry me, Archie, it like gives me the same serotonin, and it gives this feeling, this love, this energy, this thing that I've been looking for my entire life from a song. This deep-seated idea that I have with intimacy, it comes from the stemming of this movie and the song, and what it means to go through something and to love people unconditionally, even when they're angry, even when they're lost, even when they're sick. You know, you just keep trying, you know, poor, rich, you know, animal, human. There were so many different things in that movie, and when I heard the song, it was just so haunting, and it brought me back to that. And then I heard the rest of them, and I was like, this band is just so, it's very different. It's very close to home for me, and I'm gonna cry again over a fucking band. It is, I don't know, it's just different. So if you get a chance to listen to them, I would absolutely do it. This is also the special edition orange vinyl, because you know your girl slaps. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed my little liquor store day haul. However, so my friend goes in there and she sees him and she hears him talking about the city and how he's gonna run for president. She's like, he's a tool. She comes out, he's like, he's a tool. I'm like, cool. I then can't stop. And now, mind you, I'm also, guys, trying to rekindle a relationship with somebody that I was with a year ago, who I think would be a good, like, fit with me, but also I'm a little concerned because, you know, I've learned to have a certain freedom, and the freedom is that nobody questions what I do. And so if I wanted to go make an OnlyFans tomorrow, no one's gonna question that. However, I would then in the future be selecting out people who wouldn't be okay with that, but that's okay because from the get-go I've already done it, and they've just chosen not to accept me because of it, whatever. But then if I did it while talking to this person and this person's not really a fan of it, and I decided later on to do it, it wouldn't be okay with them, and I know that, I think. And I'm like, it's the fact that I can't make that decision. Not that I would do it, but the fact that I can't make that decision, that stresses me out. And I know that's silly, and I know that I probably would never actually do that ever. I think I'm just being fucking funny. But also, am I? Because I've been posting more and more cute shit to the internet lately where I'm like, look what I'm wearing right now. I don't give a fuck anymore. My body looks good and I'm proud of it and I can do what I want. I'm also a 30-year-old woman. If I want to be 30, I can be fucking 30. Alright? I can dress how I want, act how I want, 30, flirty, and fucking thriving, baby. They just want to keep me down. That's why they want to make me look a certain way and act a certain way, because this me, unfiltered and unfucking hinged, is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyways, that's where I'm at in life right now, is like, I definitely feel more together than I've ever been in my entire life. Like, I definitely feel like, unfazed by life, I guess. Or, I guess, I don't know really what it is, but I'm getting high pretty often, and I smoke, and I drink a lot, but, I think I'm handling things-ish okay. But for the first time in my life, I am like, oh, like, I'm a broken person. And I have always been broken, but only now am I really just like, no, I'm like broken. And I do think that that's okay. I think that everyone is in some way, and I think that we're all just trying to learn and heal. But I think a lot of us forget the growth part. And you don't just learn and heal without growth. You have to be willing to change to grow. And something that I've had to do since my divorce is, I mean, I've really had to look at a lot of different things in my life. And this person from my past, from the summer, I like am so certain that I was in love with them or am in love with them, but I don't even know I can say that because I don't trust myself with the word. I feel like it's something that in the past I threw around so casually and so easily, and I always got super hooked and super interested, but then I would get bored maybe, or I don't know. I don't think I got bored, but it just wouldn't work out. Like, something just wouldn't work out. Either they were not good to me, like, they had the same patterns as other people, or something new would present itself. And lately I think that I tell myself, oh well, you know, they don't want me, and then they ghost me, or they tell me they love me and then they disappear. But then when people do want a relationship with me, because there are people who will pursue me, I'll be like, oh, they're not ready for the amount of crazy that I have. They're gonna get to know me and they're gonna be like, this bitch is nuts, and they're not gonna be able to handle it. Whereas, you know, with online dating and stuff, I can just put that on my profile and be like, I'm crazy, just so you know. I kind of wish I had like a thing on it, like, I'm crazy. So, you know, proceed with caution. Because I'm like, oh, they like me now until they don't. And then on top of that, I also don't know that I trust my own, like, taste as well as people who like me. I don't know that I trust people who like me because I don't know that I'm like a great person, and I don't know that I like trust who I like because I've made the pattern choice so many times and continue to make the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. I don't want to do that anymore. So I think that I continue to just not commit. So I do think the problem is kind of me, and now I'm looking for reasons for this to not work out. And on top of that, though, I'm looking for reasons for the person I'm talking to now not to work out. And I think that's why I'm also kind of self-sabotaging by going back to this other thing, where I know this other thing was different to me because we had fun together, because we were doing things together like kayaking and, you know, holding each other under the moonlight and like doing things in the dark, like I don't know, going for walks and like I don't know, just cute shit like Goodwill thrifting and Waffle Houses and I don't know, just really cute gay shit, and having s'mores and we went to this beach event thing, and he was so free, and for the first time in my life I felt free with somebody, or free to be free with somebody, that he wouldn't like be like, oh, you can't wear that, or oh, you can't do that, until one day he was really negative and it made me feel like I couldn't be happy because he was so negative. And then like the next day he said goodbye to me, hugged me, and then broke up with me on the way home. It was crazy. And then I was like, you're gonna be with somebody else, you're doing this so you can be with somebody else. And he was like, no, I'm not. And then he ended up with somebody else not even a month or two later, and that was the same person that he was talking to while he was with me. It's fucking crazy. It's almost like I have a sixth sense about these types of things. Anyways, so that whole thing kind of destroyed me also. So my grandma died, my car got totaled, and I got my heart broken. On top of that, my divorce is finally finalizing. Like it's in processes of things happening. So that will hopefully be done soon. I have all of these great new vinyls. I have a place to live. I'm working on fixing my credit because it just got hit hard by student loans, which dropped it by 130 points. I was working pretty hard on that, and I was getting ready to move out of state, so now that's going to be pushed back a little bit. As I work to get my credit up, I'm going to look to transfer my car in. I didn't want to trade my car in because I love it, which is part of the reason why I chose to have it repaired, but now I kind of am like, damn, I wish I had just taken that money and bought a van and let the car fucking fall apart. Because now I want to trade the Jeep in for a van. I want to continue my dream of doing the van life thing. I don't think it's something that I'll do full time, but I'm not positive yet. Before I had a lot of stuff, and I was very connected to that stuff, and I had a place with people that I had to be worried about and a lot of anxiety, and now I don't have those things because I've been on my own for so long. And I can do a lot of things now that I just couldn't before, felt like I couldn't before, and I'm a lot more together, like I said, again, now, like, capable, I guess. I do more, or want to do more, or want to be more. I have this ambition, this drive, this motivation again that I didn't have for so long. And I credit it to a person that I feel I always say woke me up, but at the same time, I really was waking myself up before that, and I've done all the work myself. I mean, I've worked really hard to get where I am now. And I'm very proud of that. But I would like to try to do the van life thing again. I don't own a lot of stuff now. What's in this room is what I have mostly, aside from the little storage unit. Well, I could probably keep the storage unit for my kids' shit, like, you know, like old stuff I don't want anymore, decorations, you know, for the holidays or whatever. If I do ever have a house, I can keep the storage unit and then just live in the van, or I can get an apartment and travel in the van. But either way, I want to do the van so I can continue to camp in it and take the cats with me now so I don't have to bore them when I go places. And then that way when I move, it's a little bit easier to move too, because I can just roll up the stuff that's in the van, put stuff in the van, and then move. And everything will hopefully maybe either be in the van, or I just won't have that much stuff to pack away into it. And then I want to go somewhere like Hawaii where it's warm all the time, or Oregon, but then I'm like, if I go to Oregon, I might as well just go to Muskegon because that's where I want to be The problem is I don't like the cold. If I go to Oregon, it's still gonna get cold. So I'm like, I can't seem to escape it if I stay up north. So I'm like, I kind of maybe just have to go down south. But even down south, I don't know if it's warm enough for me. I'm like, so Hawaii seems like the best option right now. I just have to figure out how to get into Regal, you know? Because there's none of my jobs out there, so I'd have to leave my job. But they're also, again, promising a promotion at my job, so hopefully it'll come through. If it doesn't, though, I think for my financial situation, I might have to start looking into other options. But as of right now, this is my life, unfiltered. I'm still writing music. I'm still doing poetry. I know I said I wanted to do some of that with you guys, but we are running out of a little bit of time here. There was one that I really wanted to share, and so maybe I'll just share the one, and then we'll call it a night. We're pretty much caught up. We talked about my job. We talked about my grandma's passing. We talked about my relationships. We talked about all that stuff, and I'm making a new trip plan. Since this might be my last summer in Michigan, I plan on going to the Porcupine National Forest and seeing that for the first time, as well as Pictured Rocks for the first time, and see Lake Superior. So I'm hoping to do that, and then that'll be my last trip, maybe in Michigan ever. So, alright, let's see if this poem is in here. I'll take a look real quick. Oh, look, this was June 6th. That's June 6th. What though? June 6th, 2020 something. So I wrote this. I think I shared it with you guys before. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Over and over these days go by. Seasons change, the year changes, but the passing time moves around me like a ghost, haunting me, assaulting me for even a sliver of my attention, begging to be seen as different, set apart. To me, however, these days are the same, different only by name, separated only by a restless sleep, flowing together eternally. Over and over again these days go by. I am forever stagnant and unmoving. Oh, I know it's so boring to watch me do this, and I am so boring for this. However, I'm looking. I got hesitate in there again, which I think I sent for you guys before. A love letter. Oh my goodness. Crazy. It's not there, but look at that. Okay. I know it's here. It's just not in that. It's right here. Sorry guys, you felt like it. I write bad poetry. I guess I wanted you to see things that I can be. I sing songs that make me sad, cause I wanted to feel bad if I can't feel anything. That's something that I wrote. And I also was working on a new song, and I will share a little bit of it with you guys. So really slow for such a punk rock person. I wrote this about a punk rock person, and it's very fucking slow, but let's go. If I was so beautiful, then who is that on your arm? If my eyes mesmerized, did they guide you to her heart? Well, my darling, you've got charm. If I say that I loved you, would you say you loved her too? Like a mirroring, gift giving, pay it forward moves. I bet my lines make her swoon. That's all I got so far. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe it just doesn't exist now. This one's cute. 1121. I'm sure I'll refer to this era of my life as the what the fuck era, as in what the fuck was I doing and who the fuck cares? Who the fuck? What the fuck? Who the fuck? That's felt now. Okay, I found it. It's here. This is just, it's here. It's in this. It's in this somewhere. Somewhere. Alright, maybe I just give up, guys, because I can't find it, and I feel like now I'm boring you. It's been like 5 minutes of me just looking through this. Okay. This one is called The Color Blue. Here goes this again. I just keep tapping shit out of here. Oh, the poem is on this paper. I found it. But I'll still read this to you. This is called The Color Blue. I used to love the color blue. Friends forever, we always say, taking for granted that you're only a text away. We should get together sometime. I guess I was too busy for a 30-minute drive. Have you heard the news? Found you alone, hanging from a noose. Why didn't they call? Say they were depressed. You tried many times just to be left unread. Your friends, we failed you, and now I hate the color blue. Alright, this one's better, I swear. How do people say things that they don't mean without a second thought or any reasoning? How do people lie? Are they real? Are they alive? Are they fake? Do they die? Do only the honest commit suicide? How do people say things they don't mean? They must not be awake. They must not be breathing. I wrote that 3/24/2014 at 12:09 in the morning. So I wrote this the year I graduated. January, February, March. God damn. March 24th, 2014. That's crazy. This is why keeping things, guys, does pay off, by the way, because it is kind of important. As you can see. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little hang sesh, and it was definitely better than the one that I posted yesterday. As you guys didn't get as many songs to be shared or whatever, me bragging about the album that I can't write because I don't know how to play an instrument yet, even though I have been practicing. I am better at each one. I just can't fully play one yet to be able to put anything together, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed our little hang sesh, and I hope you guys enjoyed catching up with me. I know I had a lot of touch base on mostly we talked about grandma and relationships and what happened around that, but just to exit it out, what I'll say is I'm kind of in a downward spiral, but the downward spiral is going up, which makes no sense. I'm growing, changing every day, trying to learn from the things that I can't change and the things that are bad, or trying to find positives or find gratitude. And some days are harder than others. Some days I'm really fucking angry, some days I'm really fucking sad. And some days I just really need a hug, but I'm getting through it. And that's all any of us can do. So, bye.